In this video, I am having a huge declutter of my perfume collection. If you're new here, my name is Sarah and I'm a perfume reviewer. Please do subscribe to my channel and join this All the Perfume community. And if you're not new, welcome back. And thank you for watching, all of your support, liking and commenting on my videos. I'm so happy that a few of you have asked for a declutter video because it has made me face up to an area of my home that has needed decluttering for a really long time. I keep mentioning it over on TikTok and saying, this really needs to be decluttered. I really need to go through the perfumes here, and I never do. But I like the idea of just going through it section by section. I'm going to put each group of perfumes up on here and just look at them with the pressure of thinking on the spot, what will I wear again? What am I desperate to talk about and share on here, and what actually just needs to be moved on? So that's how we're going to do it. This is the area in question, and not the lovely Kayali display on my husband's perfume tray, but this here 9-drawer unit. And it's also where I do my makeup, and there's our picture wall behind. So the top 3 drawers here aren't actually filled with my perfumes. They're my husband's and they are really full. They could do with a sort out, but that's for another day. It's the other 6 that I'm going to look at. And as you can see, they're completely filled. You can't access any perfume easily here. It's not the best way to store them, so I'll go through each of them individually. I know that some of you are certainly going to want to know what I'm doing with the perfumes, the ones that I'm moving on. I don't know, basically. With a couple of them, will be offering them to my sister, only the ones I think she will really enjoy. And I have a friend who is really into perfume, who I do give quite a lot to. So there are those 2 people, and there is the potential that if something is discontinued and really sought after, that I might sell it. So with the KKW fragrance, for example, that's what made me think, right, let's talk about what I'll do with them. But I don't have that worked out yet. What I will basically be doing is, with the ones I'm keeping, as I said, they will go somewhere else in my home. They'll have to, not back in the drawers. And then with the ones I'm moving on, my husband and I have in our cupboard what I call the give it away box. And it's basically anything that we need to remember to take to my mum's, to take to my in-laws, to my sister, goes in that box, so that if we're, going to one of those houses, we know to open up the box and grab what we need. And that is, like, after this video, after I filmed, that is where the perfumes will be, waiting to see where they're going to go. So yeah, I'm open to selling any discontinued ones, really sought after perfumes, but otherwise I'll be offering first dibs to my sister and to my friend. Here we are, this is drawer 1, and I've literally just emptied the drawer completely, put all the perfumes on here, made them a little bit respectable looking in their high order, and got some blotters at the ready. So originally I thought I would test every single perfume and talk about it, but actually some of these are obviously going to stay in my collection. So I'll only test the ones where I feel I'd need to, or just to make sure the perfume still smells good if I've had it a really long time. So we've got here some obvious perfumes I'm going to keep. You will see this little Britney Fantasy in a 30ml. For a little while, in fact, I didn't even have the 100. I just had this one, and of course I have to give this a little test as a pick-me-up because it is such a feel-good perfume. There is a bit of a story here that my brother-in-law bought this for my sister, and it is not her kind of thing at all. So I doubt he's watching, but if he is, I am very grateful that it joined my collection. So I'll keep that because if I ran out of my fantasy perfume, I'd buy a new one, but no need with my little 30ml. Okay, this was only bought in the last year. This is Sweet Girl from Police, and it's a really fun, fruity perfume and it matches my nails. I've got these glittery pink nails going on that I'm not ready to part ways with just yet. I just need to wear this more. So my goal here is to not put any perfumes back in that drawer unit. And it's going to be tricky, but I'm going to make myself rehome these within the home. They're just going to have to go and live somewhere else. So I think this perfume can go on my bookcase where I'm displaying some Britney perfumes, the non-fantasy ones actually, but it will just have to fit on there. And this one can go in a little bookcase by my bed that I use as perfume shelving. So we're keeping the first 2. Okay, this can go. Now I haven't looked up any of these scents previously because, as in like planning my video, because I thought if I can't remember the name, it's going to tell me something about whether or not I should keep the scent, isn't it really? And if I haven't got any intention of finding out. This is gorgeously cute. It is from Tabitha Webb, and I love her colour perfume. I've posted about that a few times, and the same rainbow shaped bottle always receives a lot of attention. But this one might have the name on the bottom. I can't remember. It's a different version of the scent, but I've just displayed the mini version of colour on my bookshelf, so I don't need this as well. I can't remember what the scent is like, so I'm going to move this on. That is the start of the declutter. This is Metallic Hearts Silver from KKW Fragrance, now discontinued. And I bought this because, I mean, this is me being weak. I bought this because I wanted to collect them, and it was a really good deal at the time. It smells like a hairdresser's actually. It's very fresh and ozonic, and my husband does like this one on me, but it is similar to Paris Hilton's, I'm going to forget the name of it now, Platinum Rush. I talk about that perfume a lot, and it's a really cute bottle. So in the spirit of being ruthless, I'm not keeping this because they're really similar scents, and all the while that I've got my Paris Hilton Platinum Rush, which I love to display, I just don't need this as well. So this is going. Okay, I'm feeling good. So far, keeping 2, moving 2 on. Let's look at this one. Mod Vanilla from Ariana Grande, that I'm not going to open because actually I find these perfumes really difficult to open, but I love this scent and it grew on me. This is a vanilla scent, of course, but it is really similar to Silk Santal from the Wedding Collection by Kayali, and it smells expensive, it feels like great quality, so I understand the hype on this now. A lovely fragrance friend enjoyed this one straight away, and I didn't really get it, but she and I normally like really similar things. We both love Kayali, so yeah, I'm happy that I love this now, and it's certainly staying for that reason, and I'm going to film an Ariana Grande collection ranking video, so we need that one. I love this perfume. This is 212 Sexy, and I've had a bottle of this in my collection since 2006. I once wore it. I took 2 perfumes on a certain holiday, a certain beach holiday in Greece, and I had an Escada perfume, Sunset Heat, and I had this, and so to smell it, so beautiful, takes me back to that, and it is, surprisingly to me, cotton candy. I didn't know that about it for years, and it's pink pepper, and it smells unlike anything I've tried. I don't remember ever saying, maybe I did once. I pretty much think this is unique, and I love it, and it has become my occasion scent with Sam, my husband. This reminds us of a lot of our special occasions, so yes, it is staying in my collection, and it makes me think I need to do more evening going out things with my husband so that I can wear this perfume. This is staying for sure. Okay, I've got to be really honest with myself now. This is Elle from Gwen Stefani, and I loved this perfume when it was launched in 2023. And I made myself wait for my first, what I would call proper pay packet in September 2007, that's right. I made myself wait until the end of my working month to buy this rather than putting it on a credit card because I wanted it to feel good in my purchase. I love the campaign. I think this smells incredibly unusual. I've since realised it smells a lot like Benefit's Maybe Baby scent, but I have to test it again. This is, I don't think I tested it the first time actually. I think, did I? I don't know. I'm struggling with my memory these days. I loved wearing this, and I found it really unusual, and I just didn't really understand why it was discontinued so quickly because I think it so well represents Gwen Stefani. To me, it felt classic. It felt really unisex. I find this to be quite a masculine smell actually. Very strong, and it always receives compliments, but I'm not convinced this smells right. Let's do it again. We are here to declutter. I've got to make a decision today. I'm never going to wear this perfume, but do I like smelling it? I think it has to go, because beyond this video, I'm not talking about it again. This is good for me. Elle, I loved you, but it's discontinued. I'm not quite sure it smells the same. I wouldn't wear it. It's going to go. Okay, that was hard. Right, now we've got a lovely bottle of Emporio Armani. It's diamonds. I feel it's a special edition. I can't remember what the edition was. I think this was part of a brand partnership I had back in 2021, and it reminds me of Winter Mornings. I can't remember any of the notes. It's pretty, but the Winter Mornings it reminds me of wasn't like, it was on the way to a job I didn't like. So actually, I don't really need to be smelling this anymore. I'm moving it on. I won't be talking about it, so that was easy. Now we have Tommy Girl. Oh, so important to my love of perfume. I have talked about this in previous videos as feeling, yeah, so important to my perfume journey, because I remember having a little vial of it and smelling it in the locker room at secondary school when I was 13. And kind of, you know, I wasn't really too self-conscious about it then, but nobody else was bringing perfume samples from home. So perfume was a thing for me that I loved even back then. And this scent, you know, it's sporty and clean and was very much in the fashion for the late 90s, but it's got so many notes, so many. And can I remember any of them now? No. I think lemon is one of them. It is very fresh and, oh, it smells like you're in a clove shop. I think it's just a really well done scent that I do want to wear again, and I enjoy it. I love that throwback it gives me when I smell it. So Tommy Girl has to stay, but it's got to be displayed or kept somewhere else at home. This is a Gucci perfume, and this is Intense Pour Femme. I love the new Gucci Flora perfumes in those beautiful colourful bottles. And this is an enjoyable scent. I believe this has benzoin in it, but as I said, I haven't, you know, re-looked up any of these perfumes for filming. I felt that was important to just think, do I appreciate it enough here and now? And I like it for winter, but I just don't think I'm going to wear this. I think I've got too many others I'll reach for more, and my sister enjoys Gucci scents. So we're moving this one on. Beautiful bottle, lovely smelling. I don't think I'm going to wear it. This is my husband's. This is from Bespoke London, Wild Herbs and Tonka Bean, and we received PR from Bespoke, but we were buying from them before that. We love this line because the scents are so well done, but you can sometimes buy these for £5 in Superdrug or even £10, so this isn't mine to give away. But it's an easy one because we can just pop it in one of Sam's drawers, which are really full, and be done with it. This is Christina Aguilera. I bought this really recently and I shared it on here. I was talking about how I think this is the best Christina Aguilera perfume, and I haven't tried all of them, so a bit of an assumption from me. But this smells to me really classic. It's a good jasmine scent. It's got blackcurrant, a little bit of pineapple, and it is a perfume that I think is really good for evenings out. And I think that's because that's how I used to wear the scent, and had a friend who liked wearing this for evenings out. So we are keeping this very affordable, great celebrity fragrance. This is a trickier one. So this is Oh So Orange from the Rock the Rainbow collection. I love the bottle, and I've got the others displayed in my cabinet, but this doesn't fit. It doesn't fit that particular shelf. And what made me like this more was that it's got a whipped cream note in it, and I didn't really think I was smelling that at first. I'm going to keep it. I would regret not having the pretty bottle, and I might do an orange photo soon for Instagram. So we're keeping this one. We're just going to be running out of space everywhere else, I think. This is a love. This is Honey from Marc Jacobs. I think this is discontinued. I mean, it's not in the shops to buy, but you can still buy it online, and this is gorgeous smelling. Like, I think this smells wet and refreshing and drinkable, and you've got honeysuckle in this one. You've got your honey, of course, and it is perfect for spring. Do you know, we've had this beautiful spring weather in the UK this week. I've got to wear this tomorrow. I need to be taking this one out and about, enjoying it, and this isn't going anywhere. I love to have this scent in my collection. I think it's my favourite Marc Jacobs perfume, so Honey has survived the declutter. Not worn, but a great scent. This is from Playboy, and it was my favourite. That's why I kept it when I didn't keep the others. Now, I'm going to break my rules and say that even though I don't know the name, I still want to keep it because I know I enjoy the smell. It's very pretty and like how a Victoria's Secret store smells. So it needs some more love. I'll make myself revisit this more by displaying it properly rather than those silver drawers. Drawer 2. This is going to be harder than I thought it would be. Having just arranged these perfumes on here and seeing how many there are, and also the ones that I know I've been really putting off facing up to. Let's start with an easy one. This is Intimately Beckham from Victoria Beckham, and I was a teacher in schools for 12 years. I don't know why that's important to the story. Or just telling you I was a teacher if you didn't know already. And This was a gift from a student, and I was so happy. I thought, how thoughtful, because, well, she knew I love perfume, but it's not as if I was talking about it all the time. And I already had a 30 milliliter at the time, and I swapped it out for this one. I think this is a perfume that really reflected Victoria Beckham well, because she said in her style book that she's not somebody who loves to smell perfume really strongly on people. David has said differently in the past. And this is very soft and classic. Oh, it smells so 90s. It's so good, but more typically feminine 90s than the clean, sporty feel that Tommy Girl gives you. And it's not a me smell. In fact, when I first smelt this in the shops when it was launched, I didn't think it's a must-have. I just thought, I don't know, I just thought it was new. I was such a collector that I was bound to buy it anyway. It was probably 3 or 4 years afterwards that I came to love this perfume. I need to wear this. I'm excited. I will be wearing this perfume. It is discontinued. I mean, Victoria Beckham has her niche line, can we call it that I've bought from, that I love. If you're a long-time subscriber, you know that I love the Victoria Beckham perfumes, but her original Coty celebrity collaboration is staying put in my collection. Now this is a tricky one. This is my Khloe Kardashian with KKW fragrance. What's it called? Diamonds Sapphire. Oh, I love this smell. This basically smells like Amor. That's your quick way into this scent. It's got a panettone note. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it's just yummy and cozy to put on in the evening. That is how I was wearing it, and my bottle leaks. And because of that, on the back, you've got a little bit of the colour having come off. I've made quite a dent in it. I like to think that's my use as well as the little bit that's leaked, but I can't trust it in my collection. I just can't have leaking bottles. So what can we do with that one? Does it stand up? No, they were designed to lie down. This is genuine soul searching here. What do? There's nowhere I'd want to put this and have it leak, and nothing is going back in those drawers. I have to move it on, don't I? I don't wear it. How would I talk about it? I try not to talk about discontinued fragrances too often unless I'm actually talking about discontinued fragrances. So this has to go. Can't have a leaking bottle. I added in to the drawer this one. So this is the perfume I was talking about that a lovely subscriber and follower had spotted and asked if I was selling. This is Ralph Love, and I bought it 3 years ago now because it has a cotton candy note. It smells really good, but for me this is very similar to the original Ralph now to my nose, and that is what a friend of mine wore in sick form, and it felt like her scent. It doesn't feel like a me scent enough, so I'm glad the lady who wanted to buy it will really enjoy having it, as it's discontinued now, and yeah, she can't get it otherwise. I'm still talking about the ones that are easiest for me first. This is Lord of Misrule by Lush, and I love to wear this in autumn. I don't think I did last autumn, so by some people's standards they would be saying it shouldn't be in my collection. Oh, but it smells of bath bombs. Like, I need to have more baths. I do love a good bath, and my excuse usually is that if I've washed my hair, I mean, this is, I don't know, I hope I'm going to find my people by talking about this. I hate washing my hair. I do it every other day. Part of my hatred is that I have to use some medicated stuff because of my skin issues. I don't do it every single time because I just need to let myself off and try and live a bit and save time other days. But yeah, most of the time I'm using medicated stuff. And then just, I think, well, a lot of my friends say this, like, it takes ages, it's wet, it's horrible, I just don't like washing my hair. So my point is that is my excuse for not having baths, because I don't like to have the bath the same day as I've washed my hair and gone through all of that. But to smell this reminds me of like 2014 and having a type of bath where I would use my bath bomb from Lush, but also some Soap and Glory products, and just feel really pampered and cozy before going to watch Will and Grace. So that is a vibe we can aim for. I talk about that kind of thing over on my TikTok, wanting better self-care, better habits. This is Fantasy, the remix, the nice remix, which I have talked about in a video I will have posted very recently. And I am keeping this because I am a collector of Britney perfumes. I think it smells really similar to the original Fantasy. So it's here because I can't help myself. I want to keep it to share it in the collection rather than actually wearing it. This is a really lovely scent. So I received this as part of a paid collaboration with a brand just before Christmas, and this perfume has a pomegranate note, so I find it very festive, and it was Christmas when I was doing the post, so maybe that's part of it, but I think the bottle's beautiful. I will wear this at Christmas time, so it's staying. What do we have going so far? We have one going so far, so what can we look at next? Okay, this perfume will go. It's beautifully tropical. It's called Lara Eternal. I was sent it from a TikTok shop, and I'm keeping it for the orange bottle. It's going to make it to an orange collection photo. Let's give it a quick sniff. Creamy. I'll keep it for my collection photo and wear it again, and then I'll make my decision, so I can procrastinate on that scent. I don't give myself much room with my filming. I'm kind of hemmed in here. Okay, so Unbreakable Joy is a perfume I have in my collection from way back when. This was Khloe Kardashian and Amor, so not Khloe's latest scent. I'm not that trendy. Not Khloe's, previous collaboration with KKW fragrance. I'm going back to the OGs, her perfumes with Amor, and I love to wear this at Christmas. This has got such good memories for me. This is perfectly unisex, praline and champagne, and I don't think it made it to any of my posts the Christmas we've just had, but I will just still want to wear this for Christmas time, so it's staying. This is Beyonce Heat Wild Orchid. So this is a flanker to Heat, and I was late to the party with this one. There were people over on Instagram saying that this smelled like a really good vanilla perfume, even though vanilla itself wasn't listed as a note. And it does smell delicious, and I think I paid about £12 for this. It was such a good deal, so this can come out, be displayed, and actually be worn. I now realise that I've accidentally swapped over the lids of these perfumes, and this is what happens when your perfumes are all crammed together and not being displayed properly. So this is the lid that went with that previous one on the original Heat bottle. So I wanted to replace this perfume about 3 years ago. It was selling quite affordably on Amazon, and I didn't. Now you can't get hold of it. It is, again, a perfume which I think could have stayed as like the definitive Beyonce scent. It smells really good. It's magnolia and amber. There's some peach in this as well, I believe. And it is fiery and spicy and great. And I loved wearing it, but I don't anymore. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm a bit sad. The bottle looks a bit sad with that much left. I never did love the bottle shape. I think it's meant to be like a flame. So weirdly, my feeling is that even though I prefer this scent to Vanilla Orchid, this just doesn't feel the same to me anymore, and it's going to go. I'm going to be ruthless with myself here. Yeah, this one is going to go. Now let's face up to the ones that I've been delaying, even in this little bit of my video, but in life in general. I just have tried to hang on to these perfumes. Okay. These 4 I have on here are from the Harajuku Lovers line from Gwen Stefani. So she brought out Elle, which we've already talked about, and then she brought out these Harajuku Lovers perfumes. And you had your original 5, which I just felt, and I still feel like this, when a line of perfumes is brought out all at once, it makes me pick a favourite. I don't think, do I like any? I think, which are my favourite? Which one, which 2 will I have? And I really enjoyed most of that line. This one, the first one I've just grabbed, is from the Wicked Styles version of the line. So these were later releases, and this is a deliciously fruity scent, which I don't think I'm going to wear again, but I do love to smell it. Shall we go for a blotter? We haven't done that yet, and I can tell you what fruits I'm smelling. Again, haven't looked up any of these notes for filming. Oh, it's melon, I think. Yeah, I could wear this on a summer's day. I think it's the kind of scent that I will, kind of love to have and have a quick test of and spray. I don't think I can go all in anymore with this line and the branding and, share as my scent of the day and really talk about. I feel like they're a bit of a kind of, they're discontinued. They're not out there to buy anymore, but for my personal reasons that I loved having these and wearing these back then, I am going to keep this. It smells really nice. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to part ways with that. The next one we have here is Wicked Styles Love. And this at the time felt really unique to my collection. This is like Kool-Aid, I think people have said. Now, I'm not in America. I'm sure you can buy Kool-Aid here, but like grape, you know, blue fruits, that kind of vibe is what you get from this. Let's give it a test. That smells really good. Really unique. I fear that if this was brought out by a niche house now, I'd be all over it and wanting to smell of it. But with the whole packaging, as I'd said for the previous one, this won't be scent of the day material anymore. It's a throwback, but it's not really a happy throwback anymore. It's like a, right now in my life, I don't want to smell of that. It smells really good, it smells unique, but I don't want to wear it, so it's going to go. Now we have the kind of scent which I didn't particularly like when I was 15 or 16, because this one, this is your Wicked Styles Baby, reminds me of Jean Paul Gaultier Classique, I think. This smells similar to a lovely powdery soft scent that my best friend wore back in the year 2000 from Jean Paul Gaultier in that body shaped iconic bottle, but I couldn't tell you exactly which one it was. I think it was Classique, I don't know. Now, yeah, I didn't like that scent profile. I didn't like that scent for me, but with something added and sweet in this, I just love this perfume. I wish this was different. I think some of you are going to know what I'm hinting at here. I don't like the dolls. I don't like the branding and the Harajuku lovers theme and everything. I think it's something that feels a little bit uncomfortable in modern day, but I love the perfumes. So yeah, I would love to have this, you know, these notes released in a different line or by Gwen again. I don't know. I'm just really living my little dreamland here, but I'm keeping this scent because I love to smell it. Our last one here isn't Wicked Styles anymore. This is Sunshine Cuties. I think these were before the Wicked Styles perfumes. And this one, oh, I really use this well. This is quite low down. This was the lemon dessert smell before we had the likes of Bake and the scents that are followed that are sugary, yeah, lemon dessert, lemon pudding smells. I remember introducing this to somebody, saying it smelled like lemon cheesecake. No, I said something else. Lemon meringue pie. I have to spray it. I'm not ready yet. I'm not doing very well on this drawer, actually. I'm going to have to really look at my space here. Let's give this a test. The lemon's a bit screechy now. You know what? Oh, no, that was good then. It's still good. Oh, it's so beautiful. This can be a lovely little secret layer with Bake, with Kayali's lemon sugar, with Devotion. It just smells really good, really summery. This was such a great line. Please talk to me in the comments if you tried any of these, if you love them, do you still have them? How fanatical are we about these perfumes? I need to know. But on to drawer 3. It's getting even harder. I'm seeing a lot of great scents here. Okay, and you know, I think this is going to lead to other declutters because the perfumes that I'm parting and the perfumes I want to keep just won't fit in the other areas of the home. Like, I'm at capacity with the areas I'm prepared to display perfume in, so I think you can expect more decluttering videos coming up. Let's start. Okay, we've got a really lovely scent here. This is Opal Drip from KKW Fragrance, and I shared this one when I was talking about perfumes you will love if you love Cloud by Ariana Grande. This is a softer, more sugary, and also more citrus smelling scent than Cloud, and I love it. I wear it. I wear it. It's like I'm defending myself here. So we are keeping that one. And it's rather unusual Easter egg looking bottle there. Now this is purple. This is that lovely, are we going to lose 2 on 2? No, the blotters have stopped it. This is Gorgeous Magnolia from the Gucci Flora collection, and we've got the notes on the back. Dewberries, Magnolia and Patchouli. And when I wore this, I think last year, I was really surprised by the warmth in the base of the scent and how it smelled on the skin. It is a little bit like Romance by Ralph Lauren for me, and that isn't a scent I have anymore. I mean, I could get it again. It used to be my signature, but it's purple and it does smell nice. So I'm not quite ready to get rid of that yet. Now, because I've spoken to you already about my love of 2 on 2 Sexy, to get rid of any of this would feel really silly because if I ran out of the other bottle, I'd be buying it again. So we're not going to be parting ways with anything that could be repurchased. Right, that can stay there. Okay, so now we've got a Hollister perfume that I bought 2 summers ago. This is a strawberry scent, strawberry and acai, is that how you pronounce that? And it was more expensive than I wanted to pay, but I found it on Vinted for a great price. This is really delicious strawberry, so I need to reach for it more. This is one to reach for in the summer months. I'm keeping it. Okay, so this is Jennifer Lopez, My Glow. I posted about this on Instagram a couple of years ago and was quite surprised by how many people were really fond of this scent. It's powdery, baby soft as you would expect, but I need my own little trigger warning here now, but I look at this and don't feel good anymore. This makes me think of loss, so I'm not keeping this. I love the Jennifer Lopez perfumes, a really great line with a lot of perfumes I really love to wear and recommend, but I don't want to keep this in my collection if looking at the bottle gives me any kind of bad feeling. Might I add, that is not what the intention was with that scent in the bottle. It was made at a time, well, when Jennifer Lopez was pregnant with her twins, so she wanted the baby, like, angelic fig on top to symbolise her love of them. So it's not meant to be like a loss thing, but for me it looks like an angel and a baby, and it just isn't something I want to think about. Next, this is easy to talk about. We have a Sweet Darling by Kylie Minogue, and I love this perfume. It is passion fruit and cotton candy, and it smells so good, so sweet. And it has been discontinued, but Kylie brought back the original Darling. So can we hope that with the gourmand appetite in the fragrance community that she'll bring back a Sweet Darling as well? It is of course staying. This is Sexy Darling, and this is a tough one. I love the Kylie Minogue line. This is a lot of sandalwood, but it reminds me of a particular trip I had with a friend who I don't see anymore. So it's a bittersweet feeling to smell it. It's like, oh, great scent. But if every time I smell it, I think, oh, it smells good, but, and it's not sparking joy. Marie Kondo would not approve of me keeping Sexy Darling. Had to look then, so we are moving that one on. This is the original Paris Hilton perfume. I've done well with this. I didn't buy that too long ago. This, I feel, is not what I would have expected Paris Hilton to launch as her first perfume. I can smell it from here. This is pear and melon, I believe, and it's really fresh and ozonic and lovely. And I wore this for the first time in autumn, so that's what it reminds me of, but that kind of sunny spell in autumn where it feels like a bit of summer in the UK, rather than your orange leaves and cozying up on the couch autumn. This is a really nice scent. So of course we're keeping a tiny little bottle, won't do any harm. What's next? Let's have Olympia Solar from Paco Rabanne. As I was putting this up on the drawers, I thought, does this move on? It's really similar to Mugler's Alien Goddess. No, it's a lovely smell, a lovely spicy yet summery scent, so it needs more love. And this beautiful bottle needs to be displayed properly. I've got a lot of gold bottles on my little perfume display in my bedroom, so this is where that can go. It can join those ones. Tucked away here is a little bottle of Charlie Red. I think this is a great affordable scent. This one has a note of carnation in it. It's got violet. This is glamorous lipstick smelling perfume. I don't wear it, but I would be sad without it. It's the kind of scent that I just can't help myself. If somebody else was talking about this and I didn't own a bottle, I'd be rebuying it. So of course it has to stay. Tucked away at the back, we had this So Smooch scent, which I was all ready to part ways with, and then I remembered it is really similar to KKW's Nude Lips, the Kylie Jenner collaboration, and there isn't much that's similar to that scent, so this can stay. Will I wear it though? Will I wear it? I will run out the KKW one, so yeah, this can stay as a backup. This is Womanity by Mugler. I had to think then. I love this perfume. I've talked about it quite recently on here among my Mugler reviews of some of their new Alien perfumes, and this is salty fig and it projects and lasts so well. I love it. This needs to come back. Did I hear it was making a comeback? Do you know, I think this is available now. I'll have to check that out actually, and of course I will link it below. There'll be a lot of perfumes to link below today, but yeah, I really love this scent. This was my sister's bottle. She didn't want to wear it anymore, and I was so glad that I could have it back in my collection. I love this one. I'm now going to talk about some easy ones. Again, this is Scentology. Oh no, easy, but not what I thought. This is Lychee and Floral Bouquet. I can move this one on. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to film a video on lychee scents, am I? I might. I'm not moving that one on. This is how you end up with a lot of perfume. Okay, right, so what have we got here? This is the Judy Garland fragrance, which is just the perfect scent for me in that I had a collaboration with the brand when this perfume was launched to talk about it. And the only reason it doesn't have a dent, really, well, I have a lot of perfumes, of course that's going to be a huge part of the reason any bottle doesn't have a dent, but that it's been in these drawers, and it shouldn't be because it is a gorgeous winter scent. This is rich and gorgeous, and I loved reviewing this one. This was just such a happy release for me. A winter scent I would certainly have bought myself, so I'm keeping this and wearing it next winter. Okay, this is where it gets more tricky. This is Katy Perry's Meow, and I love this scent. This one is tangerine, and it's musky and creamy and cozy. Like, oh, I want to smell this on myself in the morning, but I just can't with the bottle head. Now, I love to take pictures of this and include it in those kinds of Instagram posts, but actually even taking the picture with this head rolling about can be quite stressful. So I don't like the feel of it. And what helps me is that it is really similar to a scent I'm going to talk about later on that I know is lurking around in those drawers somewhere. So yeah, this one is being moved on. So this one was tucked at the back. This is Notebook Rose Musk and Vanilla, and it was from my first ever paid perfume work. And that and the lovely lilac bottle are the reasons it stayed in my collection so long. But whereas with some of these perfumes, I feel quite positive and like, oh, I'll include that in a colour picture and that's when I'll move it on afterwards. This one, I'm smelling and I don't want the smell of this anymore. Like it doesn't feel like a smell I want to wear. I loved it. I love the brand. It had some great scents, but yeah, we've kept others from the line and I can part ways with this one. I had a quick scan and found one more we haven't talked about. This is Twilight from Sarah Jessica Parker. I love this. Really cozy, musty is how I would describe this one. Like putting your nose to coats in a wardrobe. Not how everybody would want to smell, I appreciate, but I find this lovely scent very classic, very peppery, and I love having it in my collection. So I will not be parting ways with this one because I would just end up buying it again. We do have one more. This large bottle, which I could have easily missed even so. Reb'l from Samantha Fayers. I bought this in 2014 and loved how it smelled of biscuit. And I didn't have many scents in my collection that smelled like that at the time. I've worn it a lot, as you can see from the dent, but the colour of the juice has changed. It doesn't feel like a love anymore. I'm not talking about it anymore. I'm not displaying it. I'm ready to move this on. I can get my biscuit scent from other perfumes now. So I've loved it, but I just know I'm done with this one. So yeah, okay. With our drawer 3, we don't have many that are going. So I'm going to have to do better on drawer 4. We've made it to drawer 4. We are over halfway through. This is so much bigger of a job than I thought it would be and a bigger video, but I'm enjoying it and realising I need to step up to being ruthless. More perfumes have to go. I'm keeping it really real because this was in the drawer. This little, looks like a ring, doesn't it? This is from Reb'l Fleur by Rihanna. So another reason why the perfumes shouldn't have been stored in those little silver drawers, because bits and pieces get lost, lids get swapped, everything was all over the show. Let's start with these hearts. These are more KKW fragrance hearts, and this is Bay. How cute is that colour combination? And I believe this is the one that had the whipped cream note. Yeah, this smells, oh, kiwi was in this one. This smells really good, kind of drinkable and very unusual. So I do love to wear this one. And my little plan for these hearts is to store them in a drawer on my drawers. It's kind of like a little makeshift dressing table where I've currently got my Sabrina Carpenter chocolate bars, so they can be stored lying down but really easy to grab and wear. Then we have got the gold of the metallic hearts, and I love this perfume. And for all the people who said this was like a shampoo scent as a negative, I'm saying it's a shampoo scent as a positive. This is honeysuckle and a little bit of coconut and like a gorgeous hair product from the 90s. I love wearing this perfume. And again, when I'm storing and displaying it, well, not displaying it, but storing it properly, I'll be wearing it, I promise. Well, you know, I can't wear all of my perfumes, but even if I'm not wearing something as like a main scent of the day, I can layer, I can test them and just enjoy having them. This is BFF. This is quite similar, I believe, to Rihanna's RiRi perfume. And this one's got marshmallow in, so it's pretty, very fruity. This is berries as well, I think. Sweet and fun, so I can't not have that in my collection. It's too cute. I can't believe there was a time I didn't even like the look of those hearts. These hearts, and now I love them. And this one, let's see if I can be strong here. Metallic Hearts Benzoin. No? Metallic Hearts Rose Gold. It's the benzoin that I love in this perfume. That's why I've got benzoin on the brain. This is like a Burberry Her perfume. It's got that glamorous lipstick scent, so I'm absolutely keeping this one too. I mean, they can just all sit in that drawer, can't they? And keep each other company. No harm in it. Where are we now? So I've got an easy one. This little perfume here is Toy Boy, and we'll call it Sam's. This was marketed for men, so it can go in Sam's drawer. I don't have to worry. This one is a Flank of Sea, and I'm going to give this to my friend because she loves the scent. And for me, I wanted to display this with my mini perfumes, but it's too big to be a mini really. And I know my friend will really enjoy having this. So that's where that's going. This is Euphoria, which a lovely subscriber asked me about the other day. And I said, yes, I love Euphoria by Calvin Klein. I think it's so unique smelling. It's got an unusual pomegranate note and mahogany. And it reminds me of buying it in New York for the first time. So it's not my first bottle. I'm keeping that one. I've got a mini here of DKNY's 24/7. Now, you know what? In the spirit of properly being ruthless, if it didn't make it to my display of minis, it's going to go as well. Now, here is a brand I love. This is Ralph Lauren's Woman. And back in the days when I was actually writing on my blog, I wrote about my love of Ralph Lauren and romance and glamorous. And this was a new perfume for me at the time, going back 3 years, that I was wearing and enjoying. It's well done. It's just not a very me scent profile. I know I'm not going to reach for it, so this one will go. Here is another love. This is Halle by Halle Berry. A very affordable, of course, celebrity fragrance from 2009. Not my first bottle, and I loved the smell of this. This is mimosa and sandalwood, I think. And let's give it a smell. I will forever be sad that this one didn't last the test of time, didn't stay around and isn't available to buy because it smells so good. We have Kylie's Darling, and this is the one that was relaunched, brought back in 2022. And I'm so glad it was because I loved the first time around when we had Darling and had used up my bottle. So I will actually be keeping that one because I recommend it so much. I think it's such a great scent, and it's floral, it's passion fruit, and it's just so pretty and kind of otherworldly smelling. It's a really good scent that I would recommend checking out if you want a really pleasing, sweet, floral, affordable fragrance. I'm in a really awkward place here, like trying to reach into these perfumes, so I've grabbed it ahead. This is God is a Woman by Ariana Grande, and I love this strong pear perfume that, oh, smells a bit masculine today. When you smell it, it's just a pick-me-up. And I have a Versace perfume, which is pear, and this projects better than that does. This is stronger. Total recommendation from me, and I recognised it on a friend who loves to wear it, so that's staying. And we've got Naked Fantasy, which I've talked about in a very recent video. It's similar to Intimate, but I collect the Britney perfume, so it just has to stay here, doesn't it? This is Rainbow Fantasy, which, if it was still available, I would be recommending that you tried, because it is such a gorgeous mix of being creamy and sweet and woody. But I'm finding it a bit sickly. I'm finding it a little bit like a kind of wax melt smell, but that's very specific to the fact that this has cloudberry in it, and a wax melt that I had was cloudberry, which I think I bought deliberately because of having this perfume. So I've fallen out of it for now, but I'm keeping it because I collect the perfumes and because hopefully I'll be back onto it one day. Now, this perfume is very large. This is 125 millilitres. It's Paris Hilton's Dazzle. Now, there is a bit of wear and tear on the lid. It's almost like I haven't taken it out with me, I don't think. And I always talk about this perfume as being versatile. It is, I think, sour cherry in this. It's champagne, I believe, and it sparkles. Dazzle is the name. The bottle is lovely and multifaceted. And I think this is your work, evening out, day, night, summer, winter, everything scent, and it's so affordable. So if you like the idea of your Paris Hilton scents and those notes, do check this one out before it goes. And I'm forgetting to say that I'm keeping it, but yeah, of course I will keep this. I love having this in my collection. This is honey from Kim Kardashian's original line, pure honey in fact. I always think it's called honey, it is pure honey, and it leaked. And actually, long before I had Nathan, this was displayed on a piece of furniture in what is now his bedroom, and it actually wore away at the top of that furniture, and nobody wants that from their perfume. But I've forgiven it because it stands up and it smells so good, like the strongest possible honey smell. It is like putting your nose to a pot of honey, which really is kind of what a lot of our niche scents do, isn't it? Especially the gourmands that I shared on a recent video, the ones that smell exactly like the thing they say they do. So pure honey indeed from Kim Kardashian. Go and check that out if you like your honey scents. You can just about still buy it. And I'm going to not take photos of this or lay it down on my lovely white rug, but just put it somewhere that it's upright and I'll wear it still. I love this scent. So this is from a house called Others. I attended their launch 2 years ago and have full intentions to try this scent out and see if it does what it promises. So the brand wanted scents that made you feel relaxed or energized you. So this has a partner. There is a red bottle in another drawer, which I'll also show. And I'm going to do that. I really want to get together, I mean, I'm taking a deep breath even as I say it, but I really want to get together my calming scents and properly test them out for my own evenings and, what do you call it? Wind down routine and decompressing. So I would love to feature this brand and talk about it in that way, so I'm keeping it. On to another celebrity who I feel really, I'm not sure if it was in Lady Gaga's own power and choosing to not keep this scent around, but this is Eau de Gaga and it is leather and lime, and personally I preferred it to Fame. I love this scent and it is sleek, perfect. I bought it for £15 I believe, and it should have stayed around, so I'm keeping this and I'm going to reach for it very soon. I love this scent, it is so well done. We wish Gaga had her perfumes back because this just smells so great. Okay, drawer 4 hasn't gone so well for me, but at least I can put my hearts in a drawer already. I've got 2 minis going and nothing else, so yeah, on to drawer 5. Let's see if I can clear out any from that one. So as I'm filming, in between each drawer, I'm trying to put away the perfumes I'm keeping in the right place, straight to where they're going to be, and yet I still have, as you would imagine from the amount I'm keeping, the top of my bookcases are covered in perfume. So the top of the bookcase that's opposite me, covered in perfume. It's the one where I display my Britney Spears perfumes at the moment, some of them. And then on top of my perfume cabinet, again, covered in perfume. So as I keep saying every drawer, I'm trying to be more ruthless. This drawer was a bit more satisfying to empty because the bottles are bigger. There are fewer of them. Let's see if we can do this. Let's start now. We've already gone in with our Harajuku perfumes, so it feels a little bit easier. This is from the original line. This is Music, and it was my favourite from the line. And I read descriptions of these scents which just kind of make them sound like fruity florals, and I thought they were so much better than that. For a bit of nostalgia, this will be one that I test. I don't think this is going anywhere. So let's see if it still smells as good as it did. No, it doesn't. Oh, now it does. So the very first blast was a little bit like chlorine, and then it's back to exactly what it was. So I suspect maybe somewhere in the nozzle there's a little bit of what do you call that? It's turned, it's rusted or worn, it doesn't look it, but after that very first sniff, it is just as it was. It's like pear to my nose now. But it is a lot like God Is a Woman, actually, today. This is all about being ruthless. No, it gives me the nostalgia. I have to keep it. Okay, we move. So, let's now give Little Angel a test. So, I haven't actually talked about the fact that these are tester bottles, which I bought on eBay way back when, because from the line of what you could buy in store, it was little 10ml bottles or only 30ml. The 30ml were the doll shape. Actually, both of them were quite a big doll and like the small amount of perfume on the bottom, and then the 10 millilitres with the way I wore perfume just wouldn't have lasted, so I chose to get these testers on eBay instead. I paid £20 actually for each of these. I was really pleased, and in some cases even less. Little Angel is, yeah, actually the one I prefer. They are very similar scents, but this is brighter and more fruity. So I really like having this in my collection, and I rebought this even as a tester. I was lucky, 3 or 4 years ago, it was on Direct Cosmetics for about £7, and I couldn't resist. Okay, where are we putting that? Let's keep it Harajuku lovers while we're on the topic. So this is Jingle G, and I adore this scent. I'm going to smell this and basically think of Christmas. And my son was born on Christmas Day, for those who don't know, and I even took this perfume and the Unbreakable Joy by Khloe and Lamar into the hospital with me. I think this might have been the Boxing Day wear, and Khloe Kardashian Unbreakable Joy just got a cursory spritz so that I knew I'd worn perfume. But this one has the Tangerine of Meow by Katy Perry, so that is what made me find it more easy to say that I'm moving on Meow, because Jingle G is a really similar scent. This is so creamy and sweet and fun with the tangerine note and vanilla, and I just think this is so good for Christmas. And you know, kind of clever marketing, right? Because how many scents do we get that are marketed as Christmas perfumes? There need to be more of these. So I'm keeping this one, and perhaps I'll actually give it away this year. But as I've said a few times, I don't love the branding for these anymore. I mean, I never really did. It was more just, I liked Gwen Stefani, and they were cute collections which just made me feel like I kind of wanted to choose favourites. And then it just so happened that I thought that so many of them were really great scents. Some elements of this video aren't hard to predict. Of course, I'm keeping Midnight Fantasy. Not one I reach for a lot, but I really appreciate it as this super sweet, kind of blueberry smelling scent. It's got a sour cherry in it. It's fun, it's nostalgic, and I'm a collector of the Britney perfumes, so I have to say that even if I didn't think it was well done, I would be keeping it anyway. Okay, so this is English Lavender from Yardley, and I worked with Yardley, and that hasn't really got anything to do with it. I just think they are a brilliant house for perfume anyway. Long established, over 250 years. My dad's gran wore Yardley. My grandma on my mother's side wore Yardley. So there's all that to say. Some really beautiful floral scents, but this is lavender, so I want to include this in that calming scents video that I'm planning. So watch this space. What do we have here? More lavender with my favourite Ariana Grande scent. This is REM, and this is the lavender and fig, and it's salty. There's caramel, and it smells masculine to me, which makes me love it even more. And yeah, I'll keep it. And it's made me think I'd love to have a little Ariana Grande display of perfumes at home without actually adding another display. So let me think, where can I put those? Keeping it, of course. This is an edition of Angel, which I really like. I can't remember the notes now. What was this called? Elixir. So yeah, I know I really loved it at the time. I just need to give it a display. It was displayed at one point, actually. It was displayed on here. This is usually home to this picture, my little logo, and also a perfume tray. And I think this was on it. So as these bottles are big, this would be a good one to just keep out, and it will make me reach for it more. This is another scent from Scentology, the same brand as that lychee perfume that I was indecisive about. But this is called Vanilla Latte and Velvet Woods, and I love my daily coffee, and in my dreamland I am buying a coffee every single day. It is, well, it's just ritual to me. I love it. It's, you know, that thing for me of I've done all the chores at home, or as many chores as I'm prepared to do before 11 a.m. I get out of the house. It is that thing I just love to have. That's, yeah, I could just talk about that for ages, but we are trying to keep it perfume. And because this is called Vanilla Latte and it's my order, I'm keeping it. And it is deliciously creamy and a little bit like Britney's Private Show. So a really well done, affordable scent that I want to keep. This is South Beach from Paris Hilton's Passport collection. I don't know why these didn't hang around, because Paris Hilton does have a lot of perfumes available. I mean, thinking about it, actually, there are a few that are discontinued now. But she also is still going and still releasing, so I kind of feel like well, I know why they don't have many. It's shelf space, it's all of those things, but this collection, with the fact that she travels, feels like a bit of a classic collection to keep. I don't know. This is South Beach, and to my memory, it is fruity, juicy couture vibes. That has definitely turned. And I've stood here before and talked about this and said that I was going to part ways with it and just didn't get around to it. That's life. So now it needs to move on. I won't be wearing South Beach. Now we have the partner of the green scent from Others. So yeah, I can't remember which way around it was, which one was the energizing one, which one was meant to be calming, but it will feature in my calming scents video, so I'm hanging on to it for now. From the same collection, we've got Paris, and somebody put me onto this. I think it was fragrance enthusiast Tony over on Instagram who described this as a vanilla bomb, and then I was like, right, I'm retesting this perfume. Is it still good? Yeah, let's test this. Let's test this on Sam. I'm going to wear this. You know, you don't want to risk smelling bad. Like, what if it has turned and then I smell of it? I think it still smells really good. Phew. Okay, I wanted to keep this one. I really like this. Lots of vanilla, lots left. A little bit of a orangey colour to the juice. Let's keep Paris and try and enjoy it as a lovely vanilla. Sun-Kissed Glow is from Jennifer Lopez. It's well loved. I use lots. It's gorgeously fruity, a sun cream scent. I've enjoyed taking this out to the beach. I lost the little lid, I lost the charm, all through loving it, as well as the fact that, you know, it was in the drawer. How can I wear this one? I don't love looking at it now. I think just because it's, you know, it's older and it sounds terrible, doesn't it? But yeah, I know I'm done. I'm done. It's beautiful, beautiful, but we have Miami Glow to enjoy. So perhaps a few quick spritzes of this evening, and then I'm finished with Sun-Kissed Glow, even though, as I said, I love the Jennifer Lopez collection, and if I could, I would have this again as a permanent in my collection. If you could still buy it now, I'd buy it, but I don't, you know, the bottle is done for me. It's a little bit damaged, it's got the missing lid, so we can move this one on. Our last one from Drawer 5 is True Star Gold from Beyonce with Tommy Hilfiger, and I know I'm keeping this one. I've tested it recently, I've talked about it recently. It's kiwi is the main thing I remember, and I think, was there a praline note? There was something surprising in this, and to me it smells like that lovely synthetic, glamorous, like handbag, makeup bag smell, and it reminds me of going to New York for the first time. I went on my own and I loved buying this bottle of perfume. So this to me is a New York scent, so of course I can't get rid of it. Very true to the Tommy Hilfiger line, should I say. It's like, you know, like a Tommy Girl take on a glamorous scent. You kind of know it's got the DNA, but it feels glamorous. So I thought this was so well done. The original True Star wasn't as much to my taste, but of course I did buy a bottle back then because I was collecting, couldn't help myself. But this is the perfume that felt like a bit of me. We're on drawer 6, the last drawer of all the drawers. Thank you so much for staying with me. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's start with this one. This is Kate Spade's New York scent, and I bought this on an Instagram recommendation because it is realistic strawberry. And it smells delicious and fresh and a little bit green, and it was really affordable. So it's a recommendation, and it's one that I will want to wear in the summer. And I only bought it about a year ago, so I definitely want to keep this scent. Okay, 212 is that kind of perfume that I know I'm not wearing, but I would be sad to see it go. I just wouldn't be able to resist rebuying this if I parted ways with it and then heard somebody else talk about it. It is never a perfume that I would have chosen. This is really very fresh and clean, but my sister originally bought it for me in 2003, and so it was what I wore at university. I loved that autumn for the clothes, and I had lovely new GHD straighteners, which might add then went on to last. They really lasted 21 years. They were amazing straighteners, and it was a vibe. It was just like a whole vibe. I loved the music at the time, so of course I need to keep this. I like to smell it even if I don't wear it much. Okay, now as I was putting these up here ready to film, I thought Disco Darling is a really good scent, and it was one that also featured in my perfumes you will enjoy if you like Ariana Grande's Cloud. This has got added apple and it is fun and like the Cloud musky vibe, but I don't wear it. And because I do have Cloud, because I've got the opal drip scent that I shared that's also like Cloud, I need to part ways with this one. Beautiful blue, and I'm sharing a blue post of perfumes today over on Instagram. You know, that today could be a good week, like before you're seeing this video, but yeah. Being ruthless, what's next? Not so ruthless. This is So Smooch, and I'm keeping it for a colour photo. This would look really cute with all my red bottles. I don't know about the scent, that's bad. But my excuse is, of course, I'm posting about perfume as well as wearing it, so we're keeping that one. But I can see a perfume that actually about a week ago I decided needed to go. This is Kate from Kate Moss. And the thing is, this was never really my scent profile, but I kept going back to it in 2007 when it was launched. It's a really pretty, classic rose scent that kind of just smells the same. It doesn't feel very layered. It smells like a beautiful, clean rose. The thing is, even though I like a rose now more than I did, if I were to share my favourite rose perfumes, I wouldn't want to share this because you can't buy it anymore. Now, I've got a bit of a double standard here because sometimes I know I've done that and probably would do it again if I loved a perfume. I'd be like, oh, you know, like True Star Gold. If I was talking about Kiwi perfumes, I would still mention that because I just want to include it. But because this isn't really a personal love, it's more of an appreciation, it is going. This is Stash by SJP, and I didn't get around to wearing it this winter, but I love the smell of this perfume. There are people who've described this as smelling like church. It's olibanum, it's very woody and rich, and again, like so many people have said as well, that's me being weak as ever. That's a niche smelling scent, and SJP herself wants to bring this back. She was on a podcast with, is it Carolina Hirons? And she said she's working on it. She wants this one back and available to buy. So that is, of course, staying. Okay, this is annoying. I picked up my Stash Unspoken, a flanker to the original Stash, and I thought, okay, I'll give it a test because I was really ready to part ways with it, thinking I love the SJP line. There are so many good scents, but I don't want to keep anything for the sake of it. And then I took off the cap. I took off this little thing here, thinking it was part of the lid, and it wasn't. And now it's spraying really badly and seems to be broken. And even worse, it smells really good. It does smell like a more wearable version of Stash. And I'd already parted ways with Stash Privé, which to me smelled a little bit like Chance, I think. I know it smelled a little bit like a Chanel scent, just not a me scent profile. And now with this one, it's smelling really good and warm and something I want to smell of, but I can't be dealing with a broken bottle. So it's going, but I know myself, and I'm going to look online and see if I can repurchase it. I will also, I don't even think I can get the lid on without squirting more. The lid's really cute. It's got this like little black tie just under the cap there, and it ties at the back, and then the little kind of button here says SJP on it. Cute, but broken, and now I just want the scent again, so we don't want that vibe from a declutter video. We have more Yardley, and this is English Daffodil, and it smells beautiful. I think this perfume is really well done. The lid is a little bit annoying, like it's a little bit tight on the cap, but that wouldn't bother me because I could just, spray it for the day and be done. I really love this as a spring vibe, so I will keep this in my collection. Even more Yardley, we've got this time Magnolia and Fig. Fig is a great note in perfumes. I've talked about it a couple of times today already. Yep, that's lovely. So yeah, I have decluttered some Yardley before that I knew I wouldn't wear, that were great, well done, just not, scents that I would wear, but these two are staying. This bottle looks a bit tired. We've got this silver stand, which is marked, and it could well be my fault for not storing it properly, but the scent itself smells really drinkable, and that's another video waiting to happen. Scents that smell good enough to drink. It's got some unusual notes in this, so I'll talk about it more soon. It kind of smells like sweets, but I think after enjoying some wears, making a little bit more of a dent, talking about it on here, it will be going because I can't deal with the big bottle and the fact that it's not looking as good as it did. This is Yara by Latifa, and this received a lot of hype and attention when it was launched, or maybe it just kind of got internet famous for smelling like strawberries. Was it strawberry candy? And it smells really good to my nose. It's a little bit like the Harajuku Lovers Wicked Styles Baby that has that powdery classic smell to it, and it's sweet. I don't reach for this much, really. I mean, it was in those drawers. It was hard to reach for, if anything. But I love my little story for this perfume because my dad was not a wearer of scent. The scent I associate with him, the product, the toiletry, was coal tar soap. That is a vibe all on its own. He didn't own any aftershave. That is just not something you would buy for him as a gift, ever. But when I wore this, and I think I took it to my mum and dad's house for my mum to test perhaps, sprayed it on her, or maybe even my bottle had arrived at their house. Maybe that's what happened, and I tested it there and then. My dad said it smelled good, and my mum liked it. I'll get to my point in a minute. Basically, my mum was wearing it, and my dad complimented it, and we were like, wow, that is high praise for my dad to like a perfume. So we bought it for my mum, and or maybe it was my mum's already, I can't remember. But my dad smelled it on my mum, liked it, I bought it, and it's like a nice memory I associate with my dad now, who we've lost since. So yeah, I did wear it on his funeral day to, have that little memory as well. My dad could surprise us sometimes. Another little surprise I had from him once, I want to give him his little corner on the internet, was when I was still living at home with my mum and dad, and I was playing Aaliyah's 1 in a Million CD, and it was track 5, If Your Girl Only Knew, and at different times my mum and dad both came into the room and were like, this is a good song. And I was like, I did not expect my dad to be liking a Timbaland produced Aaliyah song, but yeah, Yara Latifa as well on his list of things he liked. We have 2 perfumes left, and I'm testing both. This is Wishmaker by Little Mix, which I had to track down because it's like an edition of it. Like, was it the party edition perhaps? Or maybe it's the other way around, that it was the party edition that I kept seeing available online, but I couldn't get hold of this original one. So I will look it up and write down below which one this is. This has a toffee note and also apricot. That's why I wanted it, and it does smell fun. I sprayed a bit the other day. Look at that little purple cute nozzle. But you know what? I hate saying this, I hate putting age with perfume, but it does smell a bit young. It does smell a bit cheap. And cheap doesn't have to be bad, but sometimes something can smell cheap, if you're with me. So I love toffee in a scent, but this isn't one I need to keep. I don't want to smell of this, so we can move that on. Lastly, we have from Zadig and Voltaire, this is Really Her. And I wanted to include this. I wanted to film a whole separate review on this perfume when it landed with me, but didn't get to it. And as might add has been the case with a few scents. So I remember this as being a vanilla scent. Let's see. Oh, it smells, kind of smells a little oody. It's reminding me of when I tested the Nishani scents. Okay, that's good and quite different to anything I have right now. I want to keep this one. Okay, drawer 6, what has it brought us? We've got 3 that are going, 1 that's going but will be replaced, and 1 that's going soon. Okay, that is all 6 drawers done. What I'm showing you now is the aftermath. The top of my bookcase covered in perfumes, the top of my perfume cabinet covered in perfumes, some of which you've seen I'm going to give away, but I've started something now because I can see that what I'm keeping isn't going to fit elsewhere at home. I need to do more clearing out. So expect a clearing out of my body mists now. I've got a cabinet next to my bed, which I think I mentioned, and it fits so perfectly into the space, but I can't get to the bottom shelf of it. I just can't access the scents that are there, so I'm not wearing them, and that situation just can't last. So I'm going to film another video where I have a really honest look at my body mists and see what's being kept and what I have to part ways with. That's felt good. It's been really nice to visit some old scents, but it has definitely had a knock-on effect for looking at my collection properly, and as well given me some inspiration for some videos I'd love to film. So thank you if you've made it this far. This has been a big one, a much bigger video than I'd planned. I want to hear your thoughts on, scents you've seen that maybe you've tried or remember. We've had some real throwbacks here. Any videos that you'd like to see about the scents I've included, and please let me know maybe what you do with your collections as well. So a massive thank you for watching this, and please do give it a like. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and yeah, go and find me on Instagram on TikTok, all the usual places, and I will write the names of all of the scents that are featured in this video below so that you know what I've been talking about. Thank you again, and I'll see you in my next video. After filming, these were the perfumes that I had out waiting to find a new place at home, and of course you can see some of the ones that were going to be moved on out as well. They don't count, but sadly I did just have to put quite a few back into the silver drawers. But it's a week on and I'm feeling better. Look how clear they are, how organised. Everything is in vision. I know which ones I need for my future filming, so things still are better after my declutter. And here all together are the ones that didn't make it back, that will be moved on. So it felt good to declutter.